All right, all right. Hey, that was a rough one. It was pretty boring. I'm first time recording a like end of session city council meeting where new people will be sworn in a few days. But with that being said, there's some things we do need to cover real quick. All right, so one of the ordinances, one of the proposals was about giving money to TWG so they can build their Indy 11 lame ass soccer park, condominiums, blah blah blah. Well, update to that is they did a I don't know if they dug them up or if there was ground penetrating radar, but they did find remains on site, which we all knew they would because it used to be a cemetery. Well, now we don't know what's going to happen. This project might be held up for years. I mean, we don't know though, or they'll grease the right palms where they're just going to build over it. We got ourselves a poltergeist problem here in Indy, folks. I don't know what we're going to do about it. Well, I know what I'm not going to do about it, but I do know that I will be covering it. Do not worry about that. But I think going forward into next year, a lot of us need to get on board, not just me and my 5 subscribers on YouTube. We need more transparency on the city council. We need to be able to see these contracts of who's getting the money, how are they getting the money, and then when we see these characters where they're moving money, what do these characters represent? I mean, is it office supplies? Is it salary? Is it health insurance? What is it exactly? We need to know, and it needs to be publicly available. With that being said, this whole AI board is going to get very interesting next year as well. I mean, we already see that the domestic response team, we see with the crash review team, there's no recordings of any of these meetings, so we don't know exactly what is going on. Do we expect that for the AI board? I don't know, but rest assured, I will be contacting people if there are no recordings of these meetings. I will be throwing a giant fit and calling these people out. Uh, with the so something very interesting. Larry Vaughn brought up an interesting point about this HUD stuff, and he's not wrong. If I could find it, it was part of the because if you try looking it up, what you're gonna find is that it's part of the IHA in Indianapolis. And what he was talking about, no, is that they're getting sued right now, and they're federally they're wanting the IHA to be reorganized. So Larry Vaughn isn't entirely wrong. I'll have to dig deeper into this whole thing, but Larry Vaughn's as much as as much as he is an outspoken guy and he might be ruffling people's feathers. Oh, they don't like some people not might not like his approach. I love his approach. I've seen him in person. I've seen him speak multiple times at when he was running for mayor this year, and he's a smart guy. He knows what's going on. I just wish there was a way to have the data that he has and then show it off, like kind of well, what I'm doing right now. Like I will show up data. I will put data up there of what I'm talking about to show it that I'm right. So I think that'll be one of my goals next year is to try and contact Larry. I'm not sure if he'll like me too much, but I like him. Even if he doesn't like me, I still like him. I like his moxie. Um, the three I think it was Prop 355. I'm going to be digging into this a little bit more too, but Larry Vaughn talked about this being part of the green plan. He's not wrong. Right now, over by me on the west side on Michigan Street, right before you start getting into downtown area, they made Michigan from a 2 lane into a 1 lane. And my very first thought is like, oh, I know what they're doing. They want to try and reduce collisions, pedestrian safety, what have you. But you're going to have more traffic jams. People already don't know how to drive. So you're going to be pissing people off even more with traffic jams. And if you don't have the lights set up properly, they're going to take 2 hours to get into downtown. but maybe that was the point all along. Who could say? There is something that I do want to talk about. There was something that was brought up a few days ago to the point where I got blocked by Cliff the Cuck. This guy ran for mayor, and then he dropped out last second so he can try and prop up Robin Shackelford, the communist. So I was on Mouthwash, I think 2 weeks ago, and people were getting all mad that I was on there, saying that I was doing this and I was doing that. Well, let's set the record straight right now. So people were talking about State Representative Victoria Wilburn, and they were saying that I had posted pictures of her kids on the internet, or I was stalking their kids, or I was taking picture of them at school, whatever, whatever. Well, let's set the whole thing straight right now. So back in last year, at around October, sometime in the fall of 2022, on my Twitter account, had gotten a message from somebody saying that Victoria Wilburn is a fraud. She kept pushing this public school agenda about getting more funding for public schools, but she sends her kids to $15,000 a year private schools, each kid. And my question was, all right, can you have any proof of this? And so they just shown me a picture of who it was, and I go, okay, good enough for me. So I start calling her out on this. Now, mind you, this is like October or November of 2022. So I just kept calling her out and was like, well, you send your kids to private school. Every time that she brought up about public schools need more funding, blah, 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 I was like, all right, well, you're a hypocrite. And I hate hypocrites. So kept pounding that drum. Every time that she posted, I was putting the response to it, and they were getting so upset that her husband was like, enough of this keyboard talk. Let's meet in person, kind of deal. I was like, all right, player, why don't you calm down a little bit? It's like, am I wrong? Am I wrong? And never admitted to it. So fast forward to February of this year, February of 2023, I file my candidate paperwork, and then within a few days, I get a call from the Capitol Police of Indianapolis. And they're saying that Victoria Wilburn gave them a call and said that I was making all these threats against her, and I was posting medical information of her kids on Twitter or the internet. And I said, no, that's not possible because I've never done it. And they said, well, the only thing that we noticed was a tweet that you had made, and it shows that it's not there anymore. And I go, yeah, I was asked to delete all my tweets before I ran for office. And I honestly, to this day, I can't remember what it was, but it had nothing to do with her or her kids or whatever. I think it was just a screenshot of her saying we need to fund more public education. And then me saying is like, well, you're a hypocrite. You send your kids to $15,000 a year private schools. So I have to talk to this detective. And I just explained to him, it's like, no, you don't have anything to fear because I'm running for office. Why would I put myself in that corner? And then for months and months, people kept talking about how I was posting all this information on Victoria Wilburn. And I just kept denying it because it never happened. So fast forward to where I was on mouthwash and it gets brought up again. Cliff the Cuck, he says that I was posting pictures of her children on Twitter. And John Schmitz, who runs the Mouthwash talk show, is like, well, where's the proof? Show the proof. Obviously, you have to have proof if you're going to make a claim. Never happened. He just kept talking shit. Same thing with Jesse Brown. Didn't have any proof at all. And so I go on my Twitter, on my Witty Review Twitter, and I just say lies. And then another thing that he said, I wrote on there, more lies. I get blocked by Cliff the Cuck, Lego Cliff the Cuck, because he has no proof on any of this stuff. So as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm concerned, they're just a bunch of liars. Victoria Wilburn was trying to set this whole thing up where she tries to get me swatted. Never actually happened, but now she's laid the groundwork of saying that I'm making these threats against her, false accusations, as usual, that Democrats do. And right now, within the last few weeks, people have been getting swatted. Conservative influencers, federal congressmen and congresswomen, their families have been getting swatted. And right now, Democrats are getting set up for people that criticize them to get swatted. And that's what they do. Oh, I don't like what you say. I will send the police after you. This is their personal Gestapo right now, and you have these dipshit clowns on Twitter egging her on. Even to the fact where Destiny Wells, the person who's running for Attorney General, she thought I was John Schmidt. I have screenshots of it, of where one of my actual account that said Stephen Whitmer, and then she goes, "Oh, nice fake account, John." Same thing. These people are morons. Anybody that's a Democrat, you're a dipshit. And we need to stop playing the high road on any of this stuff. They are the party of killing babies. They're the party of not knowing what a woman is. They are the party of child genital mutilation. They don't care about children. They don't care about you. If they don't like you, they're going to send the police after you. They're going to Bolshevik you. They're going to rape you in your own house, steal your home, and give it to some illegal. We need to change the whole picture of everything. The GOP, the Republicans, the conservatives need to stop taking the high road. It's over. They don't care about us and they don't have any rules. They have no moral compass. So as far as I'm concerned, it's like you're all fucking clowns. Your opinion means nothing to me. And all you do is constantly lie. And if you are a Democrat right now, I don't like you. I'm never going to like you. Even people that have had good conversations with you, just to let you know, I'm never going to like you. So, for 2024, you better be ready to get a whole lot of shit from me. Because I'm going to be covering all of you guys every single chance that I get. I'm going to be covering city council. I'll be covering state representatives. I already have a whole little file book ready for it. I'm going to be calling out in your hypocrisy, and you can block me all you want. I mean, right now, Nick Roberts blocks people. Allie Brown, who's on the city council, she blocks people. And you're not allowed to do it. The ACLU they already filed a lawsuit on that. People in office are not allowed to block people on social media. So get ready. 2024 is going to be awesome, and I'm going to be doing this for a very long time. At least until your Gestapo sends their shitbag force after me. But even then, I'm still going to be doing it. You can cry about it like a little bitches that you are, because I don't care. And this stuff that we see right now, with city council, the person that runs that Twitter account, I'm after you too. I will be trolling the shit out of you every chance that I get. So looking forward to 2024, looking forward to the Annans that are on my side and everybody that's just going to be calling you out on your bullshit. So if I don't make another video, have a happy new year. I look forward to seeing all of you on what everything's going to become of Indianapolis and Indiana. But you guys need to be ready too. Democrats want to kill you. They want to swat you. They want to steal everything that you have. They want to tax you more. And all of you Democrat voters, you need to pull your head out of your ass because the Democrat elected, they don't give a shit about you. Enjoy the handouts while you can because eventually they're going to be going to illegals, to non-tax paying illegals. That's all coming next year. And I would be ready if I were you because I sure am. So have a happy new year. I'll see you next year.